Working 18-hour days, I slipped and I fell. Winter's up and hit me, I had to change well. There's no way to sustain it, you'll crash and burn. Will not be able to work and no way to earn. Change well, and then you can leave. Change well, and your kids you can feed. Turn your life around for the final bell. It's now or never, you have to change well. It's now or never, you must change well. Hello and welcome to the Change Well podcast. I appreciate everybody that has listened to our podcast for these first 20 episodes. If you like the Change Well podcast and find value from it, we would appreciate a shout out or passing it on to some of your friends. And today, this is a great segue, isn't it? Today, the podcast is on the impact that family and friends will be next week, will have on your wellness journey. So without further ado, let's jump into today's podcast. 2 ingredients to sustain and maintain wellness are family and friends. They're just as important to your wellness journey as healthy food, mindfulness, prayer, sleep, water, and exercise. Just about everything. They're the most important. Family and friends inspire you to be healthy, console you when you go off plan, and they applaud you as you meet milestones and gain wellness. It has been said that it takes a village to raise a child. I say it takes your family and friends to take off the pounds, keep them off, and to be well. And no greater sage than Ted Lasso agreed with me. Here's just 2 quotes from my favorite show, Ted Lasso. If you care about someone and you got a little love in your heart, there ain't nothing you can't get through together. Now, that's a double or triple negative, but hey, that's a great quote. You get the gist. The second one is, I promise you, there is something worse out there than being sad, and that's being alone and being sad. Ain't no one in this room alone. And I hope with this podcast, if you're feeling lonely out there in your wellness journey, that maybe that I can be your friend and give you some words of wisdom and pick you up. Now, the importance of family and friend has been particularly true on my wellness journey, as I lost 150 plus pounds and kept it off for over 7 years now. Here are just a few of the ways that my family on this podcast, friends next podcast, has helped with my wellness journey. 1, the greatest part of my family is my wife. My wife has provided great support and companionship through all my trials and tribulations. Like I said in a few podcasts ago, I still can't understand how she dealt with me when I was tipping the scales of over 300 pounds. She listened patiently as I droned on and on and on about Weight Watchers when I got into it. How many Weight Watcher points a chicken thigh had compared to a chicken breast. There are 4 points to a chicken thigh and 0 points for a chicken breast. So you can eat a lot more chicken breast. She has kept the cabinets and fridge stocked with healthy foods and has hidden away my indulgences that she likes, but I can't find them. So she has some indulgences. She can eat chocolate. I can't, but she's kept them away. And she has asked each week, how my weight loss journey was going and my wellness journey. And the other thing is she went on numerous hikes with me. The one I remember the most is once I got well, I embarked on a 50-mile-in-a-day walk called the Kennedy Walk to raise money for vets. And I was hurting on the last 10 miles. One of my friends called her and she came and walked at 9 p.m. to 10:30 at night to help me get through the last 10 miles. The second people in my family that have helped me are my kids. I have 4 kids. Well, they're not kids. They're older now. They're all adults. And they've always encouraged me and listened to all my dad anecdotes about my latest struggles. They even look at my blogs, my pictures, my Instagram feed, and they help me turn away from my ice cream addiction and my peanut M&M addiction. We talked about the ice cream addiction. the one that was worse is peanut M&Ms. I used to drink cups of peanut M&Ms. They showed their support, and they still do, by giving me likes. My son-in-law listens to every single one of my podcasts and gives it a like. Hint, hint, please listen to these podcasts. And all my Facebook posts. They also did not gripe when our family outings changed from pizza to Brussels sprouts. Lastly, they turned me on to some great self-help gurus like Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss really inspires me. He's one of the guys that that was introduced to me by my son. And if you're out there listening, Tim, give me a plug. The third part of the family that could help you is your family pets. Now, I have a picture of our family pet, Boots. Quite frankly, I used it as a little bit of quick clickbait. He's really, really good at getting clicks. Boots is one of the people that helped me on my wellness journey. Boots is a lot like me. He's a Chow Bernese Mountain Dog. He looks a bit like a bear, which a lot of people have told me I resemble. We both have brown hair. We both have brown eyes. And Boots and I, quite frankly, I still have a lot of hair on my head, and he does too. So we look like bears. The other thing is we both adore my wife. He follows her around like a puppy dog, and well, sometimes I do too. Lastly, we seem to have the same kind of wellness problems all the time. When I was heavy, he was heavy. When I had an issue with my heart, he had the same issue. I won't talk about what we're having now, but it's kind of problematic. But that'll be for a different podcast. Now, here's how Boots helps me. I remember the first initial walk when we were both at our peak weight, as we trudged up a hill on what I called our last chance workout. Yeah, I love that show, The Biggest Loser, and that's what it was all about. My wife was supposed to be Julian pushing us up the hill. We both made it, thankfully, for my wife's sake, since she didn't have to carry us up the hill. Although, Boots, to my credit and to his demise, stopped for 10 minutes midway through. Quite frankly, gave me a breather. As we lost weight together on the trails at Turkey Creek and other places around Austin, we shared victories. And sometimes Boots got to share my steak. Yes, he did get to share a steak. This is what happened. Boots got the chance to help me celebrate. And I call this trick for weight loss, bring it to Boots. I was at a colleague's retirement dinner and wanted to celebrate, but I couldn't eat a whole steak. So I got a half a steak. And when I got home, I know Boots wanted to celebrate his recent weight loss, so I gave him half the steak. That's a key thing when you're at a restaurant. Cut your steak in half or whatever food you have. And if you have a pet at home where that food is healthy for him, bring it back. I call it bring it to Boots. The last thing that I really love about Boots, and it helped me on my wellness journey, is Boots is conditioned to walk in the cold. He has a big fur. He's a Bernese Mountain Dog. So when it gets cold in Austin, and it does in February and January, Boots would always go out on the walks with me. In fact, he liked it better. We called it Bernese weather. And so Boots loves the cold. He can walk a little bit further. He doesn't go wandering about. And that can help you too. So your pets, your family pets are a part of a companionship. So that's the third part of family. The last part is your extended family and siblings. My siblings and my in-laws have been companions and inspired me on my wellness journey. My brother was in a healthy competition with me when we both were trying to lose weight. We could have won The Biggest Loser together as the Biggest Loser pair. We both lost each individually over 100 pounds. He would post every day, oh, I did my bike ride for 3 hours. And then I would say, oh, I did my Peloton and I, did the elliptical trainer for an hour. And quite frankly, our kids said, hey, can you and your Uncle Gary stop doing that? But anyway, that's one thing. A little healthy competition between you and your family can help you out on your wellness journey. The other thing is my wife's family. They have been key to establishing my early exercise regimen. One of my sister-in-laws established a monthly challenge group on Facebook. That's a great thing. Start a challenge group. It doesn't necessarily be family. It could be friends also. And this challenge group, the first one was we walked across Texas. Later, we walked across the world. The next thing is, fitness is not the only thing your family can help you. One of my nieces established a website called Spreading Positivity. And quite frankly, that was a very positive way to get our message out of spreading positive thoughts to everywhere. So that's a little bit about how family can help you on your wellness journey. Next week, we will take on friends. And I quite frankly have a lot of friends and a lot of stories of friends. Until then, I'm going to leave you with a little song that I made about our dog Boots when we go for walking. You keep telling me that you're my doggy, but I know that I just have to disagree. You only like the mommy and smelling all the trees. These boots are made for walking. That's just what they do. These boots, they walk for mommy, and now they walk for you. And that's the ending of Change Well for today. Talk to you next week. Change well.